Okay, hi everyone. Okay, today I will talk about application of motor control or motor learning to practice. Focus on body awareness. Okay, we look first for body awareness. Actually, body awareness defined as the ability to visually discrimination, recognize and identify labels for various aspects of the divided internal or body related and external or environmental aspect. For example, the child use body awareness when moving through obstacle course, or when they are doing sports or gross motor activities. Okay, body awareness actually has two types or two categories, and the first one is internal and the second one is external. For internal, actually it involves development and refined development and awareness of the relationship of the body. And for external, external aspect and awareness of the relationship of external space, where this category or this type is very important to enhance body awareness among us, to alert and to recognize or to feel that they are alert when they are doing something or activities or anything in their life or in their activities. Okay, now I will explain about internal aspect. Okay, what is internal aspects? Internal aspects tend to develop slightly in advance of external components, where having a reflective self-awareness is manifest in part in young children's ability to recognize themselves in mirror. When they are look themselves in the mirror, they can, wow, I'm short, I'm tall, or oh, like this, me in the mirror. And also to refer to themselves by name, they will recognize that when we call their name, they will respond and they will knowing about themselves. And to point to themselves referentiality, where they can recognize others in their environment, such as they will recognize their friends, their name friends, or anything that they must know in their environment. Now I will explain about internal aspects. Okay, and the first one is about laterality. Actually, laterality refers to the awareness that the body has two sides, that the body is separate from space, and that the line on each side of the body can move independently of each other. Okay, and the second one is sensory dominance. Sensory dominance actually develops as the child becomes aware of his or her body and its part and its separateness from space. Also, it will help to further define the body, especially the two sides of the body, and also is manifest in the development of the preferential use of one side of the body. And most children have a well-defined preference, hand and foot, by the age of 6 years old. Occasionally, children as young 4 years old of age have established a hand preference however must do not. Actually, they have two categories of sensory dominance, miss and poor. Okay, poor dominance refers to the preferential use of the eye, hand and foot on the same side of the body. Okay, while misdominance involves the situation in which the preferred lungs and eye on opposite side of the body. That is, child may be right-handed, right eye and left foot. Okay, the third one is about body part identification. Actually, it was developed at different rates in children and depends in part on the experience of the child and the emphasis placed on language and the learning of the name of body parts. At 2 years old, children can often identify some major body parts such as nose, eye, ears, and by 3 years old, they are aware body parts such as head, hand, and foot. While 5 years old, a majority children know more remote body parts like thumb, eyebrows, and at 6 and 7 years old, children can name major to and minor body parts of the body consistently like elbows, wrists, heel, shoulders, and hip. And 8 or 9 years old, it is rare that a child fails to verbally label all body parts and identify right and left body part is the next body, where young children up to 5 years of age typically have little concept of right and left. These 5 years of age typically guess right and left on the body. Okay, now we look external aspects. Okay, what is external aspect? External aspect, actually, children must also develop external awareness, including directionality and spatial awareness, to move their body through the environment. And external aspect of body awareness or an extension or outgrowth of internal aspect and involve relating the body to space and to object and other people in space. Okay, now we look two categories or two types in external aspect. Okay, and the first one is directionality. Okay, now we look what is directionality. Actually, directionality refers to the child's ability to identify right or left and other dimensions on object or other person in their environment. Okay, because the environment has various spatial reference, children appear to use their reflection in the mirror to refer to themselves by name and to point to themselves or their own bodies to reference directionality. And for spatial awareness, the type of the second one is involve awareness of the body in relation to object in space and awareness of relationship between or among object. And actually, spatial awareness is the other major component of the external aspect of body awareness. This aspect of body awareness rely heavily on language and the conceptual meaning of the so-called spatial words. For example, a sample activity might involve the child to put the doll behind you and put the doll in front of you, put the doll on your right side, place the doll on your right foot. Object to child relationships involve the child identifying where the object is in relation to himself or herself. And object-to-object relationships are more complex and involve identifying where one object is in relation to another object. For example, place two objects, key or coin, on table, one in front of the other and one of the right on the other, and ask the child the following: which object is in front? Which object is to the right?